Hi, I'm Madeline Byrne, your host for the series as we delve into your considerations in moving to SAP S/4HANA Cloud. Every commitment, every confident decision relies on clean, reliable data. But in many migrations, data is treated as an afterthought. Today, I'm joined by Richard Pearson, SAP Alliances Director at Fujitsu, to discuss how you can turn your data from a liability into a true strategic asset. We'll be exploring why clean data is the foundation of SAP S/4HANA Cloud success, how to set up a governance framework that lasts beyond go live, and how clean, governed data creates real competitive advantage.
A smart approach is to see migration as the ultimate reset. It's your chance to clean, govern, and elevate data into a trusted foundation that powers insight, fuels automation, and turns information into a true competitive edge. Put simply, data done right makes migration the foundation of your future, not a repeat of the past. That's why I asked Richard why investing in data quality up front is such a critical step, and what happens when organizations don't.
The truth is, SAP S/4HANA Cloud is only as smart as the data you feed it. If you move over messy, duplicate, or outdated records, you're basically importing yesterday's problems into tomorrow's system. The impact is huge: inaccurate reporting, failed automation, compliance risks, and costly rework after go live. I've seen projects run over budget and timelines because of the hidden tax of dirty data. Clean data, on the other hand, makes it deliver what it was designed for: trustworthy insights, reliable automation, and streamlined operations. It's not just about accuracy, it's about confidence. When teams trust the data, adoption goes up, decisions get faster, and the ROI is real. That's why I always say, treat migration as your chance to reset. If you only invest in one thing before migrating to SAP S/4HANA Cloud, make it your data.
Of course, data doesn't stay clean by accident. I asked Richard what strong governance really looks like and how leaders can make sure it lasts beyond go live.
Governance isn't a project you finish, it's a culture you build. It starts with ownership. Every data domain, customers, materials, finance, needs clear stewards who are accountable day to day. And they need to be backed by a central team that sets the standards, policies, and escalation paths. You also need the right rules in place: naming conventions, golden record standards, lifecycle policies, and retention aligned with compliance. Without those, inconsistencies creep back in fast. Measurement matters too. Define KPIs for data quality. Things like completeness, timeliness, accuracy, and review them regularly. That keeps data issues visible alongside project milestones. And finally, governance has to be embedded into the way people work. That means training, workflows that reinforce the right behaviors, and tools that make it easy to do the right thing. When all of that comes together, data doesn't just stay clean for go live, it stays clean as a strategic asset for the long term.
To bring it to life, I asked Richard for a real-world example of how clean, governed data can deliver a true competitive edge.
One of my favorite examples is a global manufacturer that was preparing to migrate. Before, they had duplicate customer records, mismatched units of measure, and incomplete bills of material. Planners were firefighting, finance was reconciling every month, and sales couldn't trust credit data. During the migration, they sponsored a major cleanse. Owners and stewards were appointed, thresholds were enforced, and only validated records made it into the new system. After go live, the difference was night and day. With harmonized business partner and material data, inventory commitments were accurate, purchase orders flowed automatically, and analytics became a single source of truth. Planners moved from fixing issues to scenario planning, and finance closed the books faster. The takeaway? The edge didn't come from migrating to SAP S/4HANA Cloud alone. It came from the clean, governed data that made the system work as intended. That's what turns ERP into a real competitive advantage.
Thank you, Richard, for sharing your insights. What we've heard today is clear. Clean data is the multiplier for SAP S/4HANA Cloud ROI. Governance isn't just a one-time project. It's the way to keep data a strategic asset long after go live. And organizations that get this right don't just migrate. They unlock a real competitive edge. In our next episode, we'll tackle some of the common pitfalls that trip organizations up during ERP migrations and how to avoid them before they derail your journey. In the meantime, download our SAP S/4HANA Cloud Beyond the Deadline Strategic Playbook. It's built to give you the clarity, prompts, and strategies to approach migration with confidence and turn a deadline into a launchpad for growth. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to continuing the conversation in our next episode.